it is so. Bon Dieu qui parlait, et puis il fait. We will find our verse for today in Genesis 1, verse 1, the very first verse in the Bible. But it says, Genesis 1, verse 1, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And I'll read it one more time so we can truly understand. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. In Creole, it says, "Na commencement, bon Dieu créé ciel la ak la terre." From this very first verse in the Bible, we can see how God reveals his unmatched power. Where he says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. He spoke, and everything came into existence. Everything, the sky, the seas, the land, the stars, the animals, and even you and me here today. But oftentimes, as young people, we stress about provision. Nous pensons, est-ce que j'ai tout ça besoin pour me capable de succès dans la vie? Will I have everything I need to go throughout my life? Will I be able to go to college? Will I be able to pass my classes? Especially some of us who are back to school. We are stressing about classes. Will I be able to get a class in a certain amount of time? Will I be able, even if it's after the enrollment time, am I still able? We have all these stresses in life. But this is why one of my favorite names of God is Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. He made the earth to sustain life. And he has plans to provide for you and me as well. Mais parfois, notre plan bon Dieu, it's not how we always expect. But in the end, it is perfect for our growth and for our purpose. So the next time you feel worried or you have fear, always remember, God provides before you even ask. Oftentimes, we also feel that this world is very big, it's very fast, and it's very overwhelming. And that is how the world is shaped today. Yo di pou gen succès dans la vie, faut détruire l'autre monde, faut passer sous tête l'autre monde, sous son bon monde, pas ka jamais gen succès dans la vie. And we wonder sometimes to ourselves, if anyone sees us, if anyone cares for us, can anyone make sense of our lives? Is there even a creator out there? Is there even a God? But the story of creation helps to remind us there is a God who sees, there is a God who cares, and there is a God who commands. And God sustains everything because there is no one like him. As we get into this sermon, we're going to walk through the 7 days of creation so we can understand who is this God. Qui est-ce qui bon Dieu ça depuis le parler des fêtes? Day 1. Bon Dieu créé lumière. It says in Genesis 1 verses 3, and God said, let there be light. And so there was light. On the very first day, God spoke light into existence. There was nothing. There was darkness, emptiness. But simply by the sound of his voice, it brought a shining light. En plus fois dans la vie nous fait noir. Li ka parce que nous perd, nous gen doute, pression la vie, confusion. Mais bon Dieu pas nous. Li dit un seul mot et puis lumière paraît. It is not just power. It is also care. As youth, we face a lot of darkness in our lives. And some of the darknesses that we face, we can see it on social media. Perhaps it's loneliness, comparisons. Sometimes it's even simple things, fear of our future, fear of school, or even sometimes our fear gets to a point we don't know who we are in front of God. But just like God brought light into nothing, he too can shine in your life. He can illuminate your path, your decisions, and your purpose. So, mwen te pose kestyon, ki yes ki tankou bon Dieu? Li se sel ki ka toune fe noir en lumière. Li ka fe sa ki impossible, toune possible. Day 2. God created the skies and the water. Bon Dieu kreye ciel la ak bleu yo. In Genesis 1 verse 6 it says, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters, from the heavens. Yes. On the second day, God separated the waters and created the sky. He gave structure to chaos. He made space for life to breathe. On nous réfléchit sur la vie, nous. Parfois, our lives feel like there's a lot of chaos going around. And ça capable because of responsabilité la vie, examen, relation nous avec moun, émotion nous. But God is the same God who set boundaries in creation. If this is the same God who set boundaries in creation, He too can also bring order in your life. He too can also separate confusion from clarity. He too can also separate fear from faith. He too can also separate distraction from purpose. Brothers and sisters, as youth, this reminds us to trust God to hold up the sky of our lives, to keep things in balance when everything feels out of control. Who is like God? C'est lui-même qui travaille l'ordre qu'on fait gain des ordres. Day 3. God created the land, the seas, and the plants. Genesis 1 verse 11 tells us, and God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind. On the third day, God created the land and filled it with plants. He gave us beauty. He gave us food. He gave us resources. Even before humans even existed, God made sure there was something to sustain life. Even before humans existed, God made sure there was something to sustain life. And that's the kind of God we serve. As young people, we often stress about provision. We don't know when, where, how. We stress about when will God act. Qui kan bon Dieu a fait en route pour moi? Qui lè bon Dieu a fait en route pour moi? And sometimes we even dare say, tellement problème yo en pile, nous pas même, des fois nous même dit, bon Dieu pas faire en route pour moi dans ça. But our God is the God who provides. He is the same God who, even before humans stepped foot on earth, He made provisions for them to sustain their lives. So if this God thinks that far ahead, can this God not handle a simple death? Can this God not handle a simple failing class? Can this God not handle a simple health problem? Can this God not handle a simple alcohol problem, a lust problem? Can this God not handle the simple problems of this earth? So, brothers and sisters, the next time you feel worry or you feel fear, remember, on day 3, so troisième jour